I'm older than you, so I was like dial-up time.
You were fucking in it.
I was in it, and I went to a meetup with people from a mud, which is like you dial up to someone's private server and you're typing to them, and I show up and I'm 14 years old, and there's these older adults, and they're all looking at each other like, what did we do? It actually, we should not, this is not legal. And my mom was like, what are we doing?
Someone comes, Chris Hansen comes around the corner. What are you guys all doing here? Welcome, ghouls and gamers. We have a true internet OG in the house today. She's an actress, creator, and storytelling wizard who's not only starred in a few of your favorite TV shows like Supernatural, Mystery Science Theater 3000, and Adventure Time, but also created some of the biggest web series of all time. It is the incredibly kind, comedic, and creative Felicia Day. While Felicia wasn't starring in hit TV shows, she was creating her own. She's the mastermind behind The Guild, a 6-season gaming extravaganza that gave birth to the viral sensation, Do You Want to Date My Avatar?, which has amassed over 30 million views. Not to mention, she founded and sold Geek and Sundry. Look it up. She's a New York Times bestseller who just dropped her new audiobook adventure called Third Eye, available on Audible. It's a comically captivating fantasy adventure with a star-studded cast. Felicia is a gamer at heart, and you can catch her streaming weekly. Without further ado, let's welcome Felicia Day to the show.
Wow, that was quite an intro. That was great. Please come with me everywhere. That was amazing.
I can intro you in wherever you want.
You'll be my herald, my medieval herald. It's
presenting to you the wonderful, fantastic Felicia Day. Freaking nice little pop a little mini confetti thing, and it
was too good.
Roll out a little carpet. Thank you.
Too good. Thank you for having me on here. I'm so privileged to be here. You are so fun to listen to, and this is like this format is. We could talk forever, and I know they're going to have to pull us off here. I'm a hoe for an in-game hoe. Do you know what I'm saying? I will do any game at all with any kind of farming or just fishing. I'm there. And there's Sunhaven, like I get Poncha, like Palia, like there's so many. For some reason, Fae Farm, I don't know what is it about that one. It really, and I'm so angry that they didn't have more content. I was like one of those rage, like, I played WoW very, very, very obsessively for many years. So I was like one of those hardcore people where I'm like, not enough content, just freaking out. On Fae Farm, and I'm like, where's the next one? Why was I so cheap? Why didn't I buy the deluxe edition? So whenever they come out with more, I'm there, but I'm angry that I can't play it more. I'm physically angry.
Games just need to start adding more hardcore shit. You know what I mean? Like, don't fully cater. Like, don't make the full game a grind. But you need to be adding crazy amounts of side quests that are like for the fucking losers out there who are going to just, like us who want to, get full achievements and accomplish everything. Like, let me freaking dig or plant a million crops and get like a diamond hoe, right? Or
a diamond hoe sounds great. I mean, here's the problem.
If you don't have a shirt, by the way, already, I'm a hoe for a hoe. You need to. I just wanted to.
I'm a hoe for an in-game hoe, okay?
No, that's what it would say. It would be, I'm a hoe for, and then it would be like and then it would be an image of a hoe.
Oh, yes. Okay, you have a visual mind in a way I don't. Okay, this is awesome.
Oh, no. You.
Okay. I'll wear that shirt any day of the week. I'm a hoe for an in-game hoe.
I'm an hoe. And you don't even have to clarify because it would just be the picture of the hoe. So everyone would get it right away.
Well, I mean, for me, like, the problem with video games is that you have people who are casuals, and that's fine, because in a lot of games, like, I play a lot of Fortnite with my friends from the guild. I'm casual, right? I mean, and I got into it because I was a little intimidated over the years, and my friends got me into it over COVID, and I love it. Like, no build, thank you. I'm incompetent. I can't build a ramp. But you
don't have to.
Yeah, I know. And that I started making stuff in the UEFN. My friend Adam Vision and I make little games in there because I just love it so much. But at the end of the day, you got to cater to people going to play 5 minutes, people going to play 500 hours, and it's hard. I haven't made a game except for the little things in Fortnite and the UEFN, and I just admire anybody who's got the grind mentality to make a game that's perfect for people who don't play it hardcore, but also hardcore. It's a hard place to be, you know?
You have to find the balance for sure. And and creating the game itself, it definitely should be for the casual, mainly because, of course, the casual gamers are the ones who literally make up like 90% of, that's a made up statistic. But I know, but I know for a fact, like, let's be real, unless your job is playing video games and, if you're, unless you're completely neglecting all of your friends, family, and, significant other.
Which I did for a while for my life.
I bred.
It
happens.
I bred.
Listen, it happens.
So when you breed, just know that you better stop playing that many video games. Okay?
I love how you refer to it as I bred. Felicia, you are like, I already loved you. You are going to be one of my favorite people of all time. I freaking love that. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh yeah, she's 6, so now she's out of the house. She could live on her own. I think in the Middle Ages she'd be apprentice to a blacksmith. So she's fine now. But it was hard, man. It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. And the one thing that kept me going was streaming through. Because you lose your sense of identity totally, and you're always so sleepy. And, I do on-camera acting, I do hosting, I do also writing. I used to make hundreds of videos every year with my company, Geek and Sundry. I left that because I was like, F this. I can't do all this. I'm going crazy. All I need to do is stream a couple times a week, which is my excuse to play video games because I feel like I'm neglecting my child if I'm not doing it on a stream. So, hey, this is my excuse to do what I love. And then making sure she becomes a functional, non-poopy adult. You know what I'm saying?
Non-poopy adult. I feel like if there's anyone that's going to be able to do that, it's definitely going to be you.
Oh, thank you.
So just keep it up.
Right. I'm not breeding again, though. No more breeding, all right? I got a fish. I'm not kidding. Okay, let me tell you a story.
So you turned off the breeding mode.
I got a dog and a fish, and I swear to God, I called up the embryo place. I'm like, dump them. I don't want the rest of them. I had to do IVF. I had to get her, just stuck in me. And after that, I was like, none of these other embryos, not happening. Other people can take them, give them to the scientists. It's never happening. I want every minute of the rest of my life to myself. I got nothing more to give. All right, this fish put me over the edge. Them their stupid water.
my wife and I are like currently in the process of figuring out like starting a family. We already have 3 dogs, and we're trying to just get ourselves really healthy right now. And we're in a good place. We're in a great place. Now, we've been together for a very long time, married for 6 years. Our time management is truly impeccable. So I think we can do it.
You can do it. I mean, honestly, it took a while for me. I had to. This baby was already like. I'm like, you can go to college, or I can pay for you to be born. There you go. Here, come on out, get a scholarship.
Yes,
but it's also the science of it is really fascinating. And I got over needles because I had to stick myself with needles every day. And then I was like, how many? And then I started to gamify it. I'm like, how many eggs can I get out? How many? What is the statistic of that? I was like, what could I eat to maximize the number of eggs I get out of this? It's creepy.
I love that. You're eating food with egg buffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on. Let's go.
It's so good. I'm so excited you guys are thinking about that. I mean, ladies, it gets hard for ladies, and you kind of like try to live your life, and then you're like, oh no, the equipment needs to be used or it gets all rusty. I mean, I had like, I swear to God, my insides of my uterus, they said it was like the craters of Mars. I was like, what? They're like, oh, you got all these fibroids in here. It's like, so it was literally like landing on a bad planet in Starfield was the inside of my uterus, which is why I couldn't carry a child.
Incredible reference, by the way. I'm a huge analogy/reference person. Great analogy.
There you go.
We're going AFK with Ninja. What's he gonna say?
We're just going to keep shooting the shit. I have like a list of things that we can just get on about that I have in front of me, but like I already love where this is going. So
love it.
I will come back to and touch on what you were already saying. You are building inside of UEFN. What are some of the maps that you've made?
Yeah, I do it with my friend Adam Vision. So he does these little 1-button games they're very, 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 very popular. One of them is Poosh XL. I got him, playing Fortnite with me. Now, I will say Fortnite, my opening to Fortnite was my friends on the Guild. So if you watch the Guild, it was Vork and Tink and Clara. They started streaming during COVID, and I was always like, I don't know about Fortnite. I don't know if I can be. I was scared. I was scared. And then I was like, I love landing and shooting and shopping, you guys. Let's play this all the time. So then my friend Adam came in, and then we started, exploring, doing some stuff in there. So we have 4 maps, I think. We have have, we just released Fortnite, which is like multiplayer Wordle, which is so fun when it's competitive.
Oh,
we
that's
released,
so cool.
Yeah, we released Tetris. I don't know how he's doing the programming, but I get to do all the voiceover and stuff for it. So we did Tetris, which is, again, competitive Tetris in Fortnite. How he made that work, I have no idea. We do Fort Strike, which is like a Counter-Strike map in Fortnite. And then we have a gun game, which is my favorite. It's just like a 100 game. It's just, so anyway, we have a bunch of them. You can find them at adamvisionstudios.com/Fortnite because there's no search ability. Have you been making games in this? Because what is the deal with no search?
They need to step it up 100%. I have a couple of that are on the way, but I do know what you're talking about. It can be a little bit difficult unless you have the exact link or code. Speaking of which, Andre, I know you're listening. Get me those codes, please. I would, because I need to be playing like gun game Tetris. I want to try those games out. That sounds so much fun. Great.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just I think that we're like always trying to do. I'm kind of an a-hole, okay? And I have to do things that people aren't doing. And so I'm like, rather than doing something that people, would be jumping on immediately, I got to do the thing that people didn't expect. Let's do Tetris. And I can't tell you, again, he's doing the programming and I do all the voiceover. If you play especially the Fort Strike map, you'll have me. I have a lot of snarky comments a lot. And we get to, we get to update them a lot. But at the same time, it's like, why make Tetris, multiplayer Tetris work in Fortnite? Why not? Okay.
Why not? 100%.
Why not? Back in the day, I made a sitcom in WoW for Machinima. Do you remember that company that went under?
Yes, Machinima was, first off, wow, throwback. Haven't even heard that in such a long time.
I know.
But Machinima was like king back in the day for OG gaming videos.
Yep. And they had me I wrote because I love South Shore, I wrote a sitcom set in South Shore. And you can see it I think it's on my YouTube channel because they actually were very nice to me when Rooster Teeth, I think, bought them. They gave me the rights back. So I just uploaded it if you want to see it.
So cool.
Yeah, it was fun. But let me just tell you, the nightmare of trying to make characters act and do the gestures in Machinima was impossible. I'm like, don't name your company after Machinima when none of these games are easy to do Machinima in. That was maybe their downfall. I don't know, before they sold out and became very rich and then closed it down. So whatever, but it was impossible. And so it's kind of like that in the UEFN. It's like the back end is so clunky, but then it's a fun puzzle to figure out, how do I make this work? How do I use my pick to actually pick the letters that I'm doing in Wordle, and it works surprisingly well. That's the one I think we're really, really proud of, Wordle. So it's 8 people and you have a leaderboard and you could just sit there and play Wordle all day and it's like super, super fun.
So for me, I'm a fucking diehard gamer. And what I mean by that is when I start my stream, I hop into a game immediately. I do my intro and I'm queued up already, right? To get right into the matches. I don't like just sitting there talking to chat and not gaming. It's the same thing where you're you feel like you need to stream when you game because I need to freaking game when I stream. Yes. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not what the hell am I doing? Because I love it so much. But I definitely could get down with some Fortnite and start every stream
with casual stuff. I mean, for me,
how many words do you guys have?
Man.
Do you know how many are coded in already, or
I don't know. I know it's thousands and thousands. I mean, he actually created.
It's gotta be.
Did you play Loodle at all? Loodle, which is like the dirty Wordle.
Yes, Loodle, LEEWD, right?
Yeah, he created that.
He created Loodle?
Yeah, with my friend Gary Whitta, who is the screenwriter for Rogue One, but Gary!
You are connected.
So I play with them all the time. They're my Baldur's Gate co-op, which, by the way, it is the most dysfunctional group. Have you played it? Is that your jam?
My brother texted me and said, Tyler, so my middle brother is a true gamer. He plays all games, and he texts me and he goes, Tyler, this is after Final Fantasy 16 came out. He's like, Tyler, game of the year.
Oh yeah.
He's like, this is my game of the year. You have to play it.
Oh yeah. It's so beautiful. I played it in early access 2 years ago. I finished the first act and I loved it so much. And then I was like, let's play 4-player co-op. It's chaos. I don't know how anybody
It's like Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it?
It is. It's total Dungeons and Dragons. And the depth of character and the writing are just unbelievable. Again, it's kind of hard. I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm overwhelmed right now because we've got Starfield, we've got Baldur's Gate 3, we had Fae Farm, we have Spider-Man 2 coming out. I think it's out. Or we have the new Cyberpunk, which I played obsessively when it came out, the new Cyberpunk DLC. I mean, I feel absolutely overwhelmed and having heart attacks. And I like to play little tiny indie games too. So I don't know if I need to be a pro streamer or not, but how do I get 12 hours more a day to play games?
All in. Just send it. Just send it. Find a week where you just like, it's going to be my streamathon, right? People do subathons. Just do a streamathon for a week and just try to grind out and finish as many games as you can.
That's what I need to do. I mean, I will say that this is the lamest excuse, but God of War, my dog ate all my... I had a new dog, by the way. Again,
classic.
Dog ate my
Your
cables.
Dog ate your cables? No.
My dog ate my cables. How many games do you play a week? Like, how many different games? You're like...
I play 3 games a week. Like, for the last week, I've been playing 3 games. I'm playing Final Fantasy 11 on this private server that I'm on, and Digimon World, New World Order, or New Order, and then Fortnite. So 3 games. That's
all you can play, though. You can't do more than 3 games. That's my assertion, right?
I mean... Yes, but I've already beaten Digimon, so like now I'm just perfecting it and like getting everyone into my city to grow it as big as possible. And by the way, you would absolutely love this game. I've been gassing this game up to a lot of people.
I have not played it. Let me put it. I mean,
here's another one.
I'll get in there.
So you said you like you're a hoe for an in-game hoe. There is a form of growing crops. It's actually like it's how you feed your Digimon. And it's like, I describe it like this. It's like Fae Farm meets Animal Crossing.
Stop it.
Meets Stardew Valley, pretty much.
Stop it.
Kind of, and then meets Digimon, right? So it's a little bit more focused on like fighting, obviously, because Digimon is like an anime fighting.
So it's next order. Digimon World Next Order.
Next order, yeah.
Oh no. Well, I'm playing. So apart from the games that I stream 3 times a week with my friends and by myself, I play at least 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour of Switch games with my daughter at night. She sits there. I ensure, let me tell you what a good mom I am, okay?
Tell me. I'm ready.
I make her a little fruit plate, okay? She's getting her carrots. She's getting her cucumber. She's getting some grapes and some blueberries, maybe a couple olives if I'm getting crazy, all right?
Yeah.
I put that plate in front of her and I say, baby, we're playing Pokemon. We're going to catch some Pokemon. And we do it. We're almost finished with Pokemon Violet. And I think we're going to end up right when the new Mario comes out. We played Odyssey 6 times through. And I will say that that's probably one of the best games of all time because every time I play it, I find a new level I haven't done. It is perfection in a game. All right?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's my assertion. And I will not take a no for an answer. So anyway, we play Switch games together.
I love that you're playing video games with your daughter, especially at a very together level. You're playing together. You're not just handing it to her and walking away for hours on end. And then, but like, this is going to be, critical thinking. She's like working on her critical thinking skills, her imagination. Like, it's amazing.
No, I didn't actually show her a screen until she was 3 years old, which was very hard, especially on planes. But, studies show that little kids who watch a lot of movies and fast cutting and stuff, it's not good for their brains when they're just forming, okay? So I was like, no screens. And then when she turned 3, I'm like, baby, sit down. I'm going to introduce you to the best thing in your life. And we started playing Switch games, half hour a night. And and also, that's part of my identity. And I want her to know that. I want that to be, if she doesn't want it part of her world, she can watch people. She'll be maybe a Twitch addict when she grows up.
For sure. Who won't be, first off?
AFK with Ninja.
I was only given consoles, right? So like I didn't get my own first computer until I don't know, like 19, and it was 19, 20, and it was a laptop. It was a laptop. I shared the family computer.
Wow.
My dad had a computer. My dad had a computer in the office. We upgraded the computer every once in a while because I wanted to like game some games on it that needed to be like just a little bit, more functional. But so my first gaming, not a lot of people know this. My first online gaming experience, I think before Halo, before Xbox Live existed, was StarCraft Brood War.
Wow.
Okay.
Gosh.
Yeah. So like normally I would just go over to my buddy Chris Schneider's house because his dad fixed computers growing up.
Yeah.
So he just had like 20 computers in his basement, like at all times, and he would just fix them, right? So he had like 4 computers lined up, and we would just LAN and play each other and just play StarCraft all day. Finally, I find out that you can play online. I was like, what? I can play other people like across the world?
Uh-huh.
So my dad, I try to explain this to my dad. I'm like, Dad, like I want to play against these people, but I needed like permission or whatever to I don't even remember what it was called, but basically let's just say to sign in, right? To sign in, make an account and play online, I needed like permission or some shit, or I had to pay. I don't remember what it was. Immediately, he like already knew about like chat rooms and stuff, which I didn't.
Wow.
I had no idea what I was getting into. And he's like, all right, I'll let you play, but I'm going to stand behind you your first game. I was like, okay, sure. Literally, I get into the pre-game lobby, like where you find games, right? And there's just this chat room on the left. And people are just like, fuck you. Like, and he's just like, all right, get out of here. This is exactly what I was worried about. And that was it. That was I didn't even get a chance to play a game.
Oh man. I mean, thank God for putting the rails on, you guys, but it was a wild west. Like I will tell you, I mean, I'm older than you, so I was like dial-up time.
You were fucking in it.
I was in it, and I went to a meetup with people from a mud, which is like you dial up to someone's private server and you're typing to them, and I show up and I'm 14 years old, and there's these older adults, and they're all looking at each other like, what did we do? It actually, we should not, this is not legal. And my mom was like, what are we doing?
Someone comes, Chris Hansen comes around the corner. What are you guys all doing here?
It was the innocent times when people were actually connecting over, games. But yeah, it could have been real bad, y'all. Real bad.
Yeah.
So that's so interesting you played StarCraft. I love Kerrigan. So I think she's one of the coolest characters in video games. And
yes.
I always thought I actually pitched a TV show to Blizzard based on StarCraft, and I broke it down to 5 seasons, and it was all about her and that love story. It's an amazing story if you break out StarCraft's like narrative, but it didn't go anywhere because it's Hollywood. But at the same time, it was so fun to work on it because you get to just dive into a world and be like, what am I going to do with it? It was almost fan fiction in a way. But she is one of the badass characters, I think, of video games.
Absolutely. That's the queen, right? She becomes the, I don't want no spoiler alerts so people don't know. She becomes the queen of the brood, the Zerg. By the way, I hate the Zerg. I always got Zerg rushed. 6 minute, 30 second Zerg rush. Killed me every time. Pissed me off. I hated it.
So sorry.
I know. And I was so fucking young and stupid that I didn't know how to counter it. And my macro was terrible. My micro was terrible. I was terrible.
But you got to be terrible to get better, And the problem with gamers is I think sometimes people are like, for example, Fortnite. I didn't want to get into Fortnite because I was embarrassed to play publicly because I was like, I'm going to be really bad at this game, and I'm not great. But we're usually we're usually top 10. We're decent, And if my friend Adam, who played, if he's in the team, we'll be probably number 1 or 2 because he's really good at it. But at the same time, the enjoyment of it is separate from that kind of achievement. I think there's 2 different kind of gamers, There's a gamer who has to win, and then there's a gamer who's kind of just puts it around. You're just having fun being in a different world. And I used to be a lot more competitive, but now I'm just I need this experience. I need to get out of my house. I need to get into a game, and I need to just do some shopping and open some chests and just have the joy of being with my friends, shooting the shit, and again, shopping. It really is about shopping.
Shopping. Yep.
I
mean, you can shop in Fortnite, right? You can talk to NPCs and purchase,
I know. And, opening
keys
a chest.
And chests. Yes.
It's
opening the chests every time.
So
what's coming out?
Satisfying.
You know what's incredible is opening a regular chest in Fortnite and getting a gold or a purple weapon.
Stop it.
So rare. You never expect it, but when it happens, you're like,
yeah. The gift of the gods. It's like getting a quick pick lotto or something like that. You want to know a weird story? So when I was 12 years old, my parents and I went to Miami. We were very, very, very poor. And my dad gave me $1 and he gave my brother $1. And we're like, okay, you could go buy a quick pick three lottery ticker, you keep your $1. My brother, who's famously tight-fisted, kept the $1. I went into the cigar stick. I went to a cigar store and I picked 319 as mine because 19 is my lucky number and 3 is a good number. I didn't know at the time the next day was March 19th, but it just happened to be that way. I won $500.
Are you kidding me?
That was my first time I won the lottery. And then when I was...
The first time...
When I was in college, I was a math major. I got a math and violin degree. And I felt like I was really at one with numbers. So I got 5 numbers out of 6 and I won $5,000. I missed 23. 23 was the one, which is the most common lottery number, by the way. But anyway.
No!
$5,000. So that's my two stories.
That is not, first off, I mean... If you could summarize young Felicia Day and current Felicia Day, that is the story. Your brother keeps the dollar. You go into the cigar store and you get a lottery ticket and you win 500. You show up to a freaking, not a meet and greet, but a get together at 14, and there's just a bunch of old dudes around, and yes.
I mean, you got to jump into things. You got to be smart about it, which I've not been smart in the past. But, I am a very introverted person, and being homeschooled made me very sheltered and very naive about other people. But sometimes I'm so naive, people are kind of like, well, I can't take advantage of her. She's stupid. So
yeah,
that's
no, I don't get that. Listen, it doesn't come across here. I don't see that, just so you know.
It's all good. But at the same time, I am very introverted, very risk averse, and yet I will jump. I think it's the gamer. I'll just jump headfirst into anything that's new. Like, I can't do something I've already done before. And
I love that.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Why am I making games in UEFN? I don't know, because I haven't done it before. Why am I making an audio project that took 5 years to make? Because I haven't made anything in audio. Like, I just love doing things that are challenging, and I don't know what's going to happen, because honestly, if you know what's going to happen, then you might as well be dead.
Boring.
Yeah.
Z, Monka Z's falling asleep at the wheel. Speaking of your audiobook, let's just knock this out of the park here. Tell us about it. It's called Third Eye. It's a comically captivating fantasy adventure, which includes voice acting from, I want to get these right, Neil Gaiman?
Yes, a Mr. Neil Gaiman. I don't know.
Neil Gaiman?
Yes, he is.
Sean Astin and Lily Pichu and more.
Oh, Lily Pichu, yeah. Will Wheaton, Alan Tudyk.
Wait, Will Wheaton? Will Wheaton? Why are you saying it like that?
Yes. And Lily Pichu, by the way, if it wasn't for Twitch, Lily Pichu wouldn't be in my show, because I fell in love with her watching her streams, and I was like, she's the perfect Kate. So this show is a comedy. It's like 8 hours of storytelling. It's like the way I put it is that it's a audiobook that is performed, or you could think of it as 10 episodes of audio TV. So I wrote it like a television show. It took 5 years to make, y'all. It is a passion project. And all my friends are in it because I wrote parts for them and I begged them to be in it, and hence Neil Gaiman and all these people. So it's about a chosen one who fails. So imagine like a chosen one kid who's like 16 and they're going up against the big bad guy, and they choke. And that's what happens to my main character, Laurel. And so 15 years later, this girl comes in, played by Lily Pichu, who like rocks this failure's world, and they have to kind of deal with the past, the present, and like the very scary future, because the big bad guy is in charge and things are not great. So I wanted to write this show since 2015. And I got the opportunity in 2019 to write it, and I wrote it over COVID. And it took so many years, you guys, but I think it's so hilarious and funny, and I hope people listen to it because, again, 5 years, all right? 5 years of my life.
5 years. I mean, oh my God. First off, congratulations. Second, you just sold it to me. So I have a lot of excuse me. Jesus.
Wow, is it dropping? Is your voice dropping?
That was oh my. Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh my God. I think I'm hitting puberty like 3.0 because my voice has been cracking up a storm this last week.
Oh boy, what's going on with you? You have acid reflux?
You know what it is? I think it's just this Florida weather. It's I saw your listen, this is like ADD at its finest. I was scrolling through your Twitter and I saw you made a sweater weather video.
I did.
Well, it is sweater weather right now in Destin in the mornings. It is chilly out here. Yes. So we live like super northern Florida. We're in between the coast and the bay. So we're sandwiched between two breezes.
Are you near Pascagoula?
Pensacola?
Pensacola. I grew up in Mississippi on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. In Ocean Springs, Mississippi, you know?
No way. You gotta be kidding me. I've been there a couple times. I'm kidding. I haven't, but I heard things though. I did.
I see where you are now. I'm looking at you on Google Maps. Not like you, but like Destin. It sounds beautiful.
Right. I hope not. It is gorgeous. The waters are beautiful. The ocean is more clear than in the Bahamas. Don't let it fool you. We have ocean. We have stars. What's it called? Not star sand. Sugar sand.
The sand is probably the most beautiful sand I've ever seen in that area because I've been to Pascagoula a lot. Like I've been
it's
all
gorgeous.
there. It's so pretty.
Literally, like So sweater weather. Yeah. Like sign me up. And then to revert back to what we were talking about before I hit puberty for the 5th time, this podcast alone. I'm traveling a lot this next coming month, but anyways, I'm definitely gonna try to give this a listen to. Where can I download this?
You can go to audible.com/Third Eye, and you can get it. Everybody under their sun probably has a free Audible credit. You can pick it up probably just boop. And I mean, it's really, really funny. For some reason, did you know that you were a video game prodigy? Did you know that you were like way better than other people when you were a kid, or that was just part of your identity and you just did it and got good at it?
I didn't notice that. until like Xbox Live came out, right? So like I knew I was like really good because I was just better than everybody like in my neighborhood, right? Because those are the only people you could play with. So I was better than my brothers, I was better than my friends, and it wasn't even close. And then Xbox Live came out, and then I started like climbing the ranks, and like I'd go to school and I'd be like, hey guys, like what's your double team rank? And they're like 20. Oh. And I'm like, oh, and this is like out of 50 in Halo 2. And I was like, I'm like a 35,
wow.
you know? But that's when I knew. Like, that's when I knew I was like, okay, I'm really good. And I'm just going to, this is my shtick now. This is my identity for the rest of my life.
I mean, that's amazing. And it feels like you really actualized that, that promise. And it was kind of internally motivated too. So like for me, I was a violin prodigy, but I was like such a people pleaser that I was always like basing my whole self-worth on what other people thought of me. And so when I quit being a violinist and I kind of like went to the real world of Hollywood to be an actor for no apparent reason, I kind of felt really crushed. And that same thing happened to me when I launched Geek and Sundry, which was a really cool YouTube company, but it didn't become like this multi-billion-dollar brand or whatever. And it's just like, I felt like a failure. And so for me, I want to kind of examine like, what is it like to be a prodigy, but then also have that world collapse around you. And that's kind of why I came up with the main character of the Chosen One, because we always know like every fantasy series has a chosen one, but if nobody's ever talked about how they fail and how you feel like a failure and you're an imposter syndrome. So I channel a lot of my personal like mental health problems into it, which is really fun. Also, there's lots of fart jokes, so you get both things.
You literally continue to amaze me with little things like that. First off, fart jokes. I'm a huge fan. I love farting. It's one of my favorite things to do in the world.
I love farting too. I could talk about my intestinal tract all day. By the way,
yes,
I just went through a 6-week process to get my poops softer, and I got them softer. So if you want any
congratulations,
tips, thank you so much.
So we have Jess, my wife and I, we recently did a geogastric whatever test where you send in your poop. You scoop it.
I did that too. I did it too.
Yeah,
How was your microbiome?
Not good. I got the leaky. Yeah, we both had the leaky gut. What it's called. No. So we've taken care of that. That was like months ago. We went on crazy gut health pills, things like that to reset. Me too. We're very good on that end, and we're doing our second round because I actually had a protozoa.
You had I was so disappointed. I know this is really weird.
You wanted one?
I was like, I kind of want a parasite. I thought it would be kind of fun to have a parasite.
So we go in and Devin, our doctor, is just fucking staring at me and like smiling because we have a great relationship. And I'm like, what is it? And she's just like, guess who has a freaking virus? I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, who's got a parasite? And I'm like, are you shitting me? And she's like, I'm like, tell me it's not a tapeworm. And she's like, you have a protozoa. I was like, oh, thank God.
That's not bad. And what do you do for that? What do you take?
Took just antibiotics. It was 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. No alcohol whatsoever on this thing. It was very easy considering the way that she described what would happen if I did drink. She's like, if you have even a glass of wine, if you have a sip, like you will be on the freaking toilet shitting your brains out and throwing up.
Oh, that's great.
Like that's how your body will react if you drink on this antibiotic. Whoop. So that was easy. Yeah, that was easy. It was simple. Fast forward 3 months later. Well, it's like, okay, well, we have to take another one because we have to see A, if it's gone, and B, like, if we need to kind of come back on the gut biome.
Did you have to poop into what looks to be like a container you get at the fair for tater tots? Because that's what I had to do.
Yes, it's a poop. It's like a hot dog tray.
Yes, it's a hot dog tray. And I'm like,
when you go,
yes. And then I was like, don't pee into it. Because, it's hard to isolate those two holes.
Not all pee-pee times are poo-poo times, but all poo-poo times are pee-pee times. So, I mean, that was the hardest part, is to just like make sure that, I'm like standing up, like leaning, trying to be flexible, leaning my head in between my legs to see, like aiming it to like, scoop this thing in there. Oh my God.
It was so upset. And then you have to dig into it and put it in like a bunch of glass vials. My poops were so hard that I couldn't even dig into them. I just had to put whole poops in there. Yes. I have this thing called SIBO, which is like an intestinal, like I have overgrowth of bad bacteria in my lower intestine. So basically, that's what gives you either like an IBS symptom or it could do constipation. I have the methane heavy one, which is constipation. So basically, I've been on this really limited diet. I've lost all this weight, but my poops are just smooth as butter now. And it's so satisfying. Isn't it nice?
We love a smooth poop queen, right? Yeah. Snaps into the microphone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But like, just coming back to the farts, like I always say that farts are like the universal language.
Yeah, they are.
You know what I mean? Like you can walk into any room It doesn't matter what country, what origin. You could even go probably to in front of an alien species and rip one, and everyone knows what just happened. You know what I mean?
No, it's good. It kind of brings you together. Although, if you fart on somebody's pillow, there is particulate shit matter that you're putting on that pillow.
100% pink eye, girl. We know this.
That's how you get pink eye. And I'm like, I didn't know. I mean, I've never farted on someone's pillow.
Fun fact.
Now, oh wait, what?
No.
What?
Fun fact. My brother. I won't say which one for their own safety, but my brother, as a prank in high school, farted on one of their soccer teammates' pillows at like a sleepover before the game, and they got pink eye.
Oh my God.
Literally, yeah.
Wow.
This is one of my favorite segments. We do this or that in our rapid fire questions. Felicia, are you ready?
Okay, I don't even know what it is. I'm doing it.
It's just this or that. It can be. I'm gonna read like two things, and it's you just tell me which one you want. You like more, and you can say neither, or like if you don't want to choose. But I will make you choose anyways.
All right.
All right. Morning stream or a midnight stream?
Ooh, morning.
Okay. Original NES or N64?
Oh, N64.
Okay. Great answer. That's a great answer. Console or PC?
PC.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's the right answer.
That's just what I have to say. I love sitting at my computer. I have a whole setup here. I have like an office. I converted the garage. It's all mine, baby.
Writing a book or creating an audiobook?
Oh, this is really interesting. I wrote 2 nonfiction books. I'm working on a novel now, but the audiobook was so much more. Okay, the audiobook was really, really fun because not only did I just in isolation, well, I had a little bit of input, but for years I wrote it, but then I got to record it with my friends, and then I got to work with my director and the executive and all the post team to come up with the soundtrack. And so I will say the audiobook was really fun because it turned into a filmmaking thing after almost writing a book-length thing. So I kind of got the best of both worlds with Third Eye. So that's my answer. It was really Weasley, but that's my answer.
Working on a web series or TV shows?
Oh, wow. So I have made thousands of web videos. I love the freedom of it. I love being able to be in charge, but there's nothing like rolling up on set, having a trailer, just doing one thing and one thing as well as you can do, and then having craft service be really, really nice because, again, we didn't have a lot of budget on anything I ever did at Geek and Sundry. So the food was as good as we could bake it, but it certainly wasn't TV show good. So I will say right now, in this phase of my life, TV show any day of the week.
Nice. Voice acting or acting?
That's a really good question. I've been doing a lot of voice acting lately. And I mean, I am Betty on Adventure Time. If you're watching Fiona and Cake, there's an amazing Simon Betty arc there. I'm also on Monster High. I'm playing Ghoulia. I've done a lot of video game voices. I do love on-camera acting. That's my strength, I think. I have a lot of really good friends who are the biggest voiceover people in the world. Like Troy Baker, he did a little cameo for Third Eye for me. Ashley Johnson, like all the Critical Role people, like I am very good friends with the masters of the voices. So I have to say that my strengths probably are more on camera because that's what I'm trained in more and that's what I've done more of. But I truly love voice acting because you could be, whoever you want. I played a ginger root at one point. I'm like, who's going to hire me to play a ginger root? Or I'm an old woman. Or I'm a little kid, It's fun.
That's awesome.
Have you done voice acting?
I have done a little bit. I've done a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I haven't created my own voice. It's been like I've usually been. People have like asked me to like be me in certain things. I
think you can do fun. It. You have a great voice. I think you have a resonance.
I have been able to do a couple of I got a range. Thank you. Thank you. MMOs or RPGs?
Oh, RPGs. Okay. I don't have the time to be good at MMOs.
Ever since you got ganked in WoW, it's been downhill ever since.
Spellwood!
Okay. Super Mario Galaxy or Super Mario Odyssey?
Odyssey. I'm telling you, I've played it 6 times through.
Yes. I already knew the answer. It was on here. I had to ask it.
Thank you for asking.
Okay, now we're going on to other questions. Favorite game of 2023?
Oh, so hard. I mean, part of it's Fae Farm and part of it's Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know, man. I probably played more Fortnite hour-wise this year because just I love hanging out with my friends. It is literally the highlight of my week if I could just kick back with 3 of my friends and just fail miserably over and over again and hang out with them. So
You're not just saying that because I love Fortnite.
No, not at all. You're not even playing Fortnite right now.
I'm not.
It's a place where I can hang out with my friends. And I will say that sometimes we played Vampire Survivors. We played multiplayer Vampire Survivors the other day, and that was really fun too. I just like hanging out with my friends and playing a game that I don't have to think a lot, where I can have fun, I can loot, but I'm really just shooting the shit with my friends. And that is that kind. And then Fae Farm, where I'm obsessively farming, love it. And then Baldur's Gate 3 is just a masterpiece.
Okay, so all 3.
Yeah, well, it's the number of hours I put into them. Those are my top 3 probably.
Okay, I love that. Go-to food for a long stream.
Oh, well, I have Invisalign, so I can't snack right now.
Congratulations. I just finished my Invisalign.
Oh my God, how many trays?
I was 16 or 18 trays. And there's 18 trays?
Okay. I'm on 26. I'm 26. I'm on 23 right as of today.
Congratulations. You are almost there. I mean, it's like clockwork at that point, though, right? You know what I mean? You got that shit down. And I guarantee that's probably why that probably helped you in losing your weight, because I lost weight because you cannot snack. Listen, your teeth, I mean, they don't hurt as much when you're down the line as they did at the very beginning. But like you get that new set of trays in, and just trays in general. It's like, dude, I am not going to take my trays out, put them on a napkin, eat like 10 chips.
Not worth it.
Go brush my teeth, go floss, brush the trays, put them back in.
No.
I was eating like 1 meal a day for like a year, just straight up.
It's good for you. Like as long as you're healthy. Yes, I agree with you. You have none. You took the nodules off and everything.
I'm completely, I'm gone. I'm clean.
Do you feel naked? Because I feel like I like these spanks on my teeth. You know what I'm saying? It's holding it all in.
No. I promise you, when you're done and they remove those things off and you have your night trays, like it's beautiful. I did feel, I felt this crazy amount of guilt. Like when I got them off and I didn't have to wear them through the day, I was like, I would like catch myself and be like, oh my God, my trays aren't in. And then I'm like, oh my God, I don't need them in.
I know. It's such a sensation because you have this panic. You're like, oh my God, I got to put the trays in.
Yes, literally.
I wish I could share my video of my transformation. I show it to strangers. I'm like, hey guys, look where I started. Look where I'm going to end up. Because it's so fun to see the video from beginning to end. They do tray by tray. Oh, I love it.
I'm so proud of you for doing that. That's incredible.
But if I were going to do anything, they have a gluten-free donut here in Los Angeles called a faux nut, and the pumpkin and the lemon are the best things I've ever eaten. And then I would love like Doritos. I just love nacho cheese. So those are my 2 favorite snacks.
Do you like Taco Bell? You don't?
No, I don't eat Taco. I try not to eat fast food, but as a kid, I was obsessed with Taco Bell. Okay,
I was as well. I still fuck with it pretty hard. But they have a Nachos Dorito Loco Taco that you can get. that is nacho cheese. Okay, like it's the nacho cheese Dorito Loco Taco, and it's literally a nacho Dorito. It's so good. I can't wait. You're gonna love it. Okay, here's another question. You ready?
Yeah.
How do you know when your work is finished?
Oh, when they take it from my cold, dying hands.
Okay.
I can rewrite I could work on Third Eye for another 5 years. But at the same time, you kind of just have to be like, I got to move on. And the artist in you is like, I'm satisfied. I know it's not exactly what you could do, but you got to move on. And so you got to be in touch with your heart, especially as a creator, because that's the one thing that should drive you, especially when you're making stuff on your own.
Here we go. We're going to switch it up a little bit. What was your worst job when you moved to LA?
Oh, worst job. Well, I auditioned for a lot of low budget, no pay TV shows and, student films, essentially.
Yes.
And the worst was one of my first jobs, where actually the casting director on Third Eye is the one who cast me in this. It was my first job. It was a black and white student film at USC. I had to be covered in glycerin, and it was silent film, and they covered me in glycerin for post-coital sex, and it made me break out in hives. For no money, I couldn't go out of my house for like a week and a half. So that's probably one of the worst ones. It was pretty bad. Also, not watchable at the end, okay? You paid $200,000 for a college degree. It was not good for you. It was not a good choice.
Okay. If you had to delete all but 3 apps from your phone, which ones would you keep?
Oh
and
my gosh.
You have to download the apps from the App Store, so not the ones that it comes with.
Okay, probably InShot, which is what I use to edit because I love that app. I think it's really, really, I mean, no one paid me to say this. I pay for it. It's just really good for editing vertical videos. I love it. So I would have to be that. 1Password because I hate logging in. So 1Password, I got to have all my passwords. And then I love learning languages. And my favorite language app right now is called Language Transfer. It's actually free and it's all audio. It's all audio, and you're not even supposed to do any practice. It's dialectical, so the guy's teaching a person who doesn't speak the language to speak the language, and you pause and answer when he asks them a question. You will learn more. I learned more in 2 months of doing Spanish with this than 3 years of Duolingo. So those are my favorite apps. I mean,
Shots fired.
I would want Instagram, but I could live without it. It's fine.
I could totally. I mean, I don't even use Instagram personally. I have it and I dabble with it. Okay, great.
There you go.
And
well, no, Discord. I need Discord, and I also need my Kindle. Okay, wait. What? All right, language, Kindle, and Discord. Okay.
Okay. Final answer?
Well, if I don't have the other ones, then I'm not editing videos. Okay, so there. I hate this question.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It makes you think. I have one last one. Yeah. It could be super quick. So AFK stands for away from keyboard. We all know this. It's the name of the podcast. How do you define AFK? What do you do when you're AFK?
General pooping.
Perfect. Mental wellness, taking care of ourselves. All right, Felicia, thank you so much for coming on this. I'm one of my favorite guests that have been on here.
I mean, I could talk to you 9 more hours. You're so interesting to talk to. You're such a good interviewer. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God.
Like,
thank you so
You're great.
Listen, sometimes the eagle's way down. And after this conversation, thank you so much for that compliment.
You're a delight. And please say hi to Jess for me. Meeting you at, where did we meet? We met at the Game Awards?
It was a Game Awards. I came up, I think I gave you a big hug.
I know. And meeting
I'll
you
give you a
guys
bigger
together,
one the next time I see you.
Please do. Please do. And have fun at that, whatever you're doing in Vegas. Stay healthy, okay?
And there you have it, folks. We've reached the end of another epic AFK with Ninja episode. If you've enjoyed the journey thus far, please consider leaving a rating, review, and hitting that follow button. We have a ton of incredible guests coming your way, and I want you to be the first to know when a new episode drops. Until next time, catch you soon.